All right, everybody, now we are turning our attention to a topic that I'm hoping will be a wonderful resource. This is something that is very new for me, so we have an expert with us today. Now, this is Jenny Wright, and she is a group leader for Ehlers Danlos condition. Now, I'd love for you to walk us through this because this is something that I was learning about even just this morning, thanks to your expertise. So welcome and thank you for sharing your knowledge with us today.
Sure, yeah. So Ehlers Danlos syndrome is a genetic disorder that causes a collagen defect, which in general, it causes the collagen to be too stretchy. And collagen is something that is in your entire body. It's in your skin, it's in your organs, your eyes, your mouth, your joints, everywhere. So the number one symptom is pain. And that is because, one, joint pain, but also the joints, because they're too lax, the muscles have to do the work that the joints are supposed to do. And so that can cause a lot of muscle tension and that sort of thing. But there's also digestive issues, and anywhere where there's collagen, there can be an issue.
And something that you have created is a space where people can come and not only talk about parts of their condition, ask questions, but a big part of what they do is teach advocacy, because a lot of times, unfortunately, with some of these more invisible conditions, is sometimes they get put when it's not caught on an x-ray, when it's hard to see, it's hard to get the real treatment and the help that you need. So how do you guys help people understand the best way to be an advocate for themselves?
Yeah, that's right. This isn't something that can show up on a blood test or an x-ray. It definitely is a list of symptoms. So we have a Facebook group called EDS Jacksonville, or Ehlers Danlos Jacksonville. And what we do is we allow people to come on and ask questions, and there's a list of resources. There's a list of providers that are knowledgeable about EDS. And there's also the EDS Society website, where there's a list of resources. And so what we encourage people to do is, if they think they might have this condition, to get those resources, print them out, and take them to their doctor so that they can have a real conversation about what's going on with them and whether or not this is something they might have.
Right. And so what are some of the other things that people should know about the support group? Or maybe they're not currently conflicted themselves, but maybe they know someone. I know that it's tough to walk into a room of strangers, especially when it's to talk about such a personal condition. So what could you share with them?
Sure. I think number one is it is an invisible illness, so you're not necessarily going to know that someone's in pain. There are people with Ehlers Danlos that do use mobility aids like canes, walkers, wheelchairs, but not everyone. So you're not necessarily going to know that someone is in pain and that they have things going on. So just approach people with compassion and grace, because you never know what's going on the inside. But our group does offer a lot of support. We meet twice a month, and we're always available online for questions.
Awesome. And before the show, you shared with me the website, and that is ehlersdanlos.com, and you have that list of potential symptoms, right, that people can take and share to their doctor?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's ehlers-danlos.com, and there is what's called the criteria, and you can look through that and see if that's something that you or someone you know fits.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, Jenny, thank you so much, not only for your advocacy, but also for sharing that strength with other people, because like you said, it's invisibility. It might be an invisible disease, but it's not an invisible feeling. So we want to make sure that we always treat people with grace and compassion.
Yeah, thank
you
so much.
With or without it. That's
right.
just how we should be treating people. So Jenny, thank you for spreading that love.
Thank you.